around this make-believe. You inspire as we grow older. Redesign as far as the eye can see. Let's get higher before it's over. Light me up tonight. I will let down my weapons in the fire. Higher love, higher love, higher love. We can both decide how to let all our differences aside. Higher love, higher love, higher love. On and on we're awake in our core. On and on we don't live for each other.
All right, about 3 minutes away from the game. We're ready to head on in and start Xtreme tonight.
Light me up. Light me up. On we're awake in our cores. On we don't care for each other. On we're awake in our cores. Light me up tonight. I will let down my weapons in the fire. But higher love, higher love, higher love. We can both decide how to let all our differences aside. But higher love, higher love, higher love.
Got 2 minutes if you're out in the game room. Find your way in. We're ready to get started tonight.
Light me up.
Hey, we're 1 minute out. If you're in the game room, it's time to shut it down. Come on in. And we're ready to get going tonight. Some great youth camp video. Glitter. Count it down.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Xtreme. Hey, if you're joining us online tonight, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. We have had a really diverse group of people who've been watching us every single week. Thank you for doing that. We know some of you are not back in person yet, but we want to welcome you to be a part of tonight. So I've got a game tonight that I thought was pretty good. So hopefully it'll load up here, and we'll be ready to play this this evening. You guys might have to run it for me. Go ahead and bounce it over to it. Go ahead and take it to the game. First game. Here we go. All right, tonight's game is called Think Fast. So, should I do it as a big group game tonight, or should I do it side against side tonight? What do you think? Side against side tonight? Okay, so here's what I need. If I can get it to, it's trying to connect. Come on, connect with me. All right, Macy, you're just going to have to run it for me back from back there. So let's look at the rules of the game. Can you be the fastest to name something in the category that starts with the letter given? Okay, I'm going to give you a category, and then I'm going to give you a letter, and we're going to see who's first. So here's what I'm going to do. Tonight, by the way, everyone on the front row, and a few people on the second row, tonight you received a CD called Outbreak. It's one that was recorded right here with people that are part of Xtreme. That's free for you tonight. And then everyone should have found a cross on your seat tonight. I'll get to that later on this evening. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Should we just do side against side for the first few? And let's do side against side for the first few. So you're going to have to yell out. Can you be the fastest to name something in the category that starts with the letter that is given? So here we go. The first one we're going to start with is snack food. So you're going to have to yell really loud. Are you guys ready? I'm getting ready to give you the letter. You got to yell really quick from either side. I'm listening for the sides, and here we go. It is... I heard bread. I heard bread as a snack food. Is bread a snack food? Is bread a snack food? I heard bugles. I heard bagels tonight as snack food. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving here. Cartoon character. Okay, what cartoon character? You got to yell it out loud. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to mute for the next two questions the worship band. Is what I need to do. Davin, he might have seen that question before. 3-syllable word. I need a 3-syllable. You could have just waited 1 second and you'd have still got it, and I could have kept going. But you were faster than I was done. All right, 3-syllable word starting with hydrogen is a good answer, except I heard happiness from over here first. I heard happiness from that side first. You guys have got to kick up your volume game. All right, here we go. Okay, boy's name starting with okay. I heard the word Sam from this side tonight. I heard the name Zach from this side. In whose universe does Zach start with an S? Zach. You're just like, all right. All right. Okay, here we go. Name an animal that flies. Shh. A walrus flies never. A winged pig. A wombat. All right, a wombat. I heard a wombat over here. Waterfowl. Yes, that is a true answer. Okay, this is like our big last group one. Okay, so here we go. Something found in a zoo. I need you to yell this. I need you to yell it loudly. I think I heard lion from over here first this time. Okay. All right. Now, here's what I'm going to do because I got cool prizes to give away tonight. If you're a senior, listen, if you're a senior, come be in the line right now. If you're a senior, come be in the line right now, right over here. If you're a senior, come be in the line right now. Right over here. No, right over here. Right over here. All right, Abby, just come right over here, okay? Because I'm giving away cool prizes now. No, you got to go over there. Here we go. All right, so we're making it even right there. And then I need 2 6th graders from this side and 2 6th graders from this side. 6th graders. 6th graders. Do I not have any 6th graders here tonight? I didn't say act like 6th graders. Jillian, where you at, girl? Jill, come on. Gil, come right up here. Come right up here. There we go. All right. All right, I'll take a 7th grader on this side. Right up here. Come on. All right. Sophomore. I'm looking for a sophomore. Any sophomores here tonight? Sophomore? Right here. Right over here on this end. Who's a sophomore here? Sam, you are not a sophomore. Elizabeth, are you a sophomore? Come right on up here. This is going to be great. Okay, because I'm giving away cool stuff now. I need one more. So I need freshmen is what I need. I need a freshman right over here, right over here. Then I need a freshman right over here. Eli, I'll take a freshman right over here, okay? Just go quickly. All right, here we go. Don't be cheating and looking at my stuff. Don't you be doing that. Stop it. All right, here we go. No. You're not a senior. You need to go on to right there. Wait, you're 3rd in line. That's where you're at. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. And I'm telling you what I'm giving away tonight is a Wasso First Assembly of God. It is a charging cable with 2 different fixtures on the end of it, okay? Like super cool. All right, here we go. This is between Tara and Abby. Here we go. Something you recycle starting with a letter. Winner. There we go. Can, cardboard. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. This is the next one. A math word that starts with J. Have you got it? J as a variable. I'll take that as an answer. I'll take it as an answer tonight. See, that was a hard one. There we go. All right. 7th grader versus 6th grader. Here we go. You guys, something in a sandwich. You ready? Here we go. Nutella, right there. She got it right there. I heard it. Amazing. The 6th grader won. All right, here we go. Here we go, sophomores. All right, you ready? Something found in a living room, starting with an antenna. Yes, I'll take it. An antenna for your television. There we go. All right. Oh, wow. 2 freshmen. This is fitting that it's Inauguration Day, okay? This is Inauguration Day, boys. It's Inauguration Day. I just need a state capital that starts with this letter.
Richmond.
It was a sad moment. Should we keep the freshmen here? Okay. All right, so here we go. TV show that starts with
Dragon Ball Z.
That was a sad moment. I would have said Dallas. That's the first thing that came to my mind was Dallas. All right. There we go. That was very nice. So let's see. Who did I not do? I didn't do 11th graders. Do I have any 11th graders? Oh, yeah. Come on, 11th graders. Right on up here. 11th graders, right on up here tonight. I have lots of stuff on this game. This is a good game. Right over here. You two right over here. I got two over here. One more. I need one more junior. Where are we at? Come on. Right here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Animal that lives underground. You ready? Animal that lives underground, and go. Caterpillar. Animals that live underground. Okay. All right, I'm going to give Caterpillar to you. Yeah. I'm being very gracious. I'm sorry. Okay. This should be the quickest answer. This should be the quickest answer ever known to man. Place that people gathering. Jackson. Shh. Here we go. We win. You didn't ever win. Emma just won. I said it. Okay, here we go. Something found in a salad bar. You ready? Something found in a salad bar. I know with coronavirus we haven't been to salad bars, but you'll have to think back in your brain. Here we go. It's all right. People who are older than seniors. Right here. All right, I need one more. Hey, it's good to see Emily back tonight. One of you needs to come over here. Emily B., come on, right here. Or Leah, either one. One of you. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Fictional character. Shh. Shh. He just won. All right, here we go. Mammal. Here we go. All right, here we go. Last one of the night. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. I'll give just these last ones just for fun. Here we go. Food that is crunchy. Food that is crunchy. I need you just to yell out. Here we go. Tortillas. That would be it. Actor. Napoleon? What? Who's an actor named Napoleon? Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. Nicolas Cage. I like that one. All right. Something black. Octopus. All right, this is the last one. Here we go. Something found on a menu. Burger. Yeah, I heard it. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we will come back next week and play. I have a few more left, so we'll come back next week and play for these. So that's a good deal, isn't it? It's a good arrangement, a good charger thing. Let me give you a couple announcements tonight. youth camp on June the 7th through the 11th. Right now, we have 54 people signed up to go to camp with us. We have normally, even this last pandemic year, we were signed up to take 94 people with us to camp. So I talked to Pastor and I said, okay, not everybody that comes to youth service tonight, or normally, even right now, outside this pandemic thing, is signed up to go to camp. I said, we have 54 people signed up for camp. I said, can we project a little bit that we're going to take some more people? If you're a guest with us, you're a visitor with us, if you went to winter camp with us and you didn't get signed up for youth camp because it's so way early, I asked him, I said, Pastor, is there any way that we can go to where we have 3 rooms of guys and 3 rooms of girls? And he said, yes. He told me yes. So I have 42 spots for girls. I have 42 spots for guys. Right now, currently, we have 54. So that's 84. We can take 30 more people to camp. So if you know of someone that needs to go to camp, that you'd want to go to camp, that's gone to the camp with us in the past, ask them if they want to go. I can still sign them up. Now, here's the catch. When we are into the end of April, I'll have to cancel whatever we haven't sold. I can't wait up until camp to do it this time. I worked out a deal where they would let us let it roll into where it's going to roll into our deposit if we cancel by a set date. By a set date, we'll have to tell them that we're either bringing people or not bringing people. So that's what is coming up. I'm really excited about it. I think we can take 84 people with us. We have right now 193 people that call Xtreme in the last 6 months their youth group. They've been here in that period of time. That's the number of people that have been through. So if you know of anyone that is not signed up, that should be signed up, that we can sign up, let's do that. It's a $30 deposit to hold your spot. So I'm going to keep being very active online. I'll also send out an email to everyone who didn't sign up yet, just saying, hey, I'd like for you to go to camp with us. I called Taco Bueno today, and they're not open late enough. I called Arby's. They're not open late enough for our high schoolers to go eat. So I know we're kind of just rotating between 3 different groups right now, but tonight we're going to go back to Freddy's because they're open until late, and they like us being there. So high schoolers, that's where we're going after service tonight. On the 7th of February, we are going bowling. It's going to be Xtreme Bowling Night. We start at 5. We'll be done by 7:30. It is inclusive to this year. If you'll sign up online, pay that way. It's $20. It's inclusive for bowling for that period of time. It's also inclusive of pizza and drinks for that evening. We will have a game on, but it is Xtreme Bowling Night. So that I just want you to hear that. We've promoted it as other things in the past, but some of the things that the NFL and NBA has stood for over the last year, I'm just making some decisions about how much I promote what they're doing, because our beliefs and thoughts don't necessarily line up. I believe that every life matters, and I am absolutely for everyone. And when we go do school tours and we do everything that we do, it's about everybody. We're all inclusive. So just hear me say that. Just in talking with Pastor, I'm just trying to be really wise in what we do and what we promote. And, we've done stuff with the Thunder for forever. And some of the things that the Thunder and the other NBA teams aligned themselves with during last year's championship, it didn't line up with church and faith and those kind of things. So I hope you hear me say, and with the Thunder, because we've been working with them for a long time, I actually called the guy that I always work with, and he had his boss call me, and we had a really good conversation, just saying, hey, there are some things that are being said and that you're aligned with that I just can't get behind it and promote it. And he goes, well, we have East Coast teams, we have West Coast teams, and I said, yeah, but you're located right here in Oklahoma. I said, and we've supported you in lots and lots of churches, and people of faith have supported you really strongly. I'm just making my voice heard. I know it may not make any difference at all, but I do believe on principle there's some times where you have to stand up and say something, and it costs us. What it costs us is being able to go on New Year's Eve. But then what's funny is the Thunder are so pathetically bad that they didn't play on New Year's Eve. They didn't even play on Christmas, I don't believe. So that's kind of where we're at. I just want you to know that at the moments where I can say something where I don't think it lines up with faith and with Christian faith, then I'm going to say something because I think that's important. I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing. Not to be ugly, not to be rude, but just to state facts and be very clear. We had a very good conversation, and the guy I work with he actually sent me a text just reaching back out just to be in relationship because I've worked with him for 11 years. And we've had some great fun events. The New Year's thing has been a lot of fun, going for starting the new year with a speaker and going to churches there and things. So we'll see what comes up this year. But that is happening on February the 7th. $20. You can sign up online. It's easiest to do that where you just go sign up and pay online, and then I'll just pay them all as one deal. If you absolutely can't do that, then you can come and pay us in cash there at the event, and then I'll write them a single check, and we'll take care of the whole event there. So, Maylee, where you at, girl? Is she already back? She married? Oh, there you are. Hey, Maylee is one of our student leaders, and she takes the time every week to tell people who are guests with us, visitors with us, a little bit more about our youth group. We have some pretty cool things that happen. I've told you about a couple of things. There's some friends of hers that go with her, but if you're a guest with us tonight, why don't you go with Maylee, and they're going to tell you just a little bit about our youth group. Everyone else, why don't you stand up? Let's greet each other tonight. And we want you to know here at Xtreme, we love visitors. We love the fact that you're with us tonight.
This is no performance, Lord, I pray it's worship. Empty words I can't afford. I'm not chasing feelings, that's not why I'm singing. You're the reason for my song. And I only wanna sing. If I sing with everything, if I sing for you, my King. Oh, I can't imagine why I would do this all for high, 'cause it's all to lift you high. Perfection, just my soul's attention. So all I have is what I give. And more than a song that lasts a moment, I'll live a life of honest worship. If I'm here to sing, then I'll sing with purpose. All the praise, Lord, you deserve it all. I only wanna sing. If I sing with everything, if I sing for you, my King, I can't imagine why I would do this all for high, 'cause it's all to lift you high. If I sing with everything, if I sing for you, my King. Oh, I can't imagine why I would do this all for high, 'cause it's all to lift you high. And I only wanna sing. If I sing with everything, if I sing for you, my King. Oh, I can't imagine why I would do this all for high, 'cause it's all to lift you high.
You stay true, even when the lies come. Your word remains truth, even when my thoughts don't line up. I will stand tall on each promise you've made. Let the rest fade away. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. May it ever set my heart at ease. Dare anxiety come, I'll remember that peace is the promise you keep. Yes, peace is the promise you keep. This is the promise you keep.
One of the ladies that we mowed 5 acres for about 3 years, Carter, went to be with Jesus on last Sunday. And when I heard the news, I was super sad because she's the first person in church. She beats me to church on Sunday morning. She always does, every time. She's always sitting in her little red car here before I get here. But here's what I know, that she's rejoicing in heaven. But here's what I know about us, is that for a stretch of a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, where she needed to be able to stay in her own house, we helped her to do that. And it was huge. 5 acres, 2 huge mowers, a chopper, our biggest mower, hand-push mower. It was a task to mow the yard. But here's what I know. I rejoice in the fact that we helped her to do that we had a special bond. If you ever went out and mowed at her house, you either got cookies or lemonade or something, and you got to go in her house and hang out with her. And she told stories. Listen, she told stories of Jesus. And so this week, this Friday, her funeral service will be this Friday. But I just want to say thank you again for all you crazy people that come do Urban Soul in the 90 to 100 degree weather. We go do stuff outside and help people. Thank you for doing that, because the impact on families and on lives when you go help me do that is huge. And so I just want to pray for their family tonight. Maybe in your family you've lost someone too. There's a pastor that I'm not personally friends with, but he also lost his daughter this week, kind of tragic and quick. And his name's Ed Young. He's out of Dallas, Texas. And I just want us to pray for these different people that are dealing with grief this week. Jesus, I love you. I thank you for your care and your concern for us. God, I thank you that we were able to help Raylene out for those years in that stretch where she couldn't do anything. Her health was in such a place that she needed someone to mow. And God, I thank you gave us the ability to go do that. And Father, I know she's rejoicing in heaven tonight with you. And we rejoice that we know where she's at. And God, I just pray for their family this week as they're dealing with that, and other people who've lost loved ones during this stretch of time. God, we also pray for our country today on this day of transition. Pray to be with all the leaders, God, that you'd give them a mindset of people and of serving the people and what our country is about. And God, I just thank you for that tonight. And God, I pray that you, as you give us peace in moments when it would be easy to be frightened or be fearful, God, we know that you come and give us supernatural peace, and we thank you for that tonight. It's in your name we pray. Amen. 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 You may be seated tonight. We've been talking the last couple of weeks. You guys help me out. My first illustration that we used was a glow stick. Absolutely. We broke a glow stick. It was underneath the railing of your seat, and you held them up, and we turned the lights out, and you could see it. And then last week, what was my illustration? What did I talk about last week? A lighthouse is what I talked about. A lighthouse shines through danger. It shines, it's positioned specifically to shine into harm's way, to bring people hope, to bring people direction, to bring people home. And tonight, I want to take it a little bit further than that, than those two things. But those two messages prepared us for tonight. So Xtreme is the name of our youth group. We've been that for a long time. And right when I first started to call it Xtreme is right when X Games were coming out. It's like right when all of these crazy people did all these crazy things on skateboards and on snowboards. Snowboards was kind of the first thing where they'd go down this pipe and go up 15, 20 feet in the air and try and land it and do it. And they weren't as good as they're really, really good now. They weren't as good then. It was more spectacular crashes is what you were watching. And so that's kind of where Xtreme came from. And we wanted to be extreme disciples of Christ, because that's where it all came back to. I'd come from a youth group, a large youth group in Oklahoma City. where we did events great. And if you've been here at Xtreme, we try and do events great. Anything we do, we try and make it huge, make it fun. How many of you had fun at winter camp this last week? Okay. The zip lining with Peyton at the very end for me, that was super fun because the wind's blowing pretty hard at that point in time. And when we jump off, it's pretty good. We're both pretty good size. So the whole thing kind of moves when you jump off, and it's like, I don't know when that ever gets old. Honestly, it's still one of my favorite things is to jump off of a very safe platform and to just let your hand go and fly down through there. It's still one of my favorite things. So I don't know. But I came from a youth group that did those kind of events really super well. They won super group at youth camp, did all these different things. But what I noticed is that we only did discipleship every now and then. And so when I came here, I decided, you know what? I want discipleship and family group to be what we're known for. That's what we're about, is about creating family, and we want to do that extremely well. Some of you are in a family group that started years and years ago that still has the same name. Some of you are a part of a family group that has a brand new name that started off of another name, off of another name of another family group that split and divided because there were so many leaders and it became this. And all of a sudden, we have 6 different family groups right now that are a place of extreme hope. Why? Because we talk about highs and lows. How many it's a great week when you come in and you don't have any lows to talk about? It's like all highs. You're like, this is a good week. How many inevitably you have some low during the week though? How many some weeks that's all you have? You're like, my highs are none. The week is over. That's what my high is. And so I was thinking about this. Extreme is a place of hope. It is that light. It is that lighthouse. It is that glow stick. It is that place where people can come to find hope on purpose. Not accidentally, but on purpose. So here's some of the things that make Xtreme my favorite place is diversity. We are not all the same in this room. There are all kinds of strange people in this room. There's some of you who are athletes. There's some of you who are musicians. Some of you who are theater people. Some of you here who are do-nothing people. Can I get a witness around the room? Xander's got his hand up. There it is. Okay, there's a few more. Xander, you're not the only one. There's a few more that, man, if they could just sit on their couch, that's what they would do. But here's the thing. Our diversity is a collage of different pieces attached together to create one piece. And it's always been that way. Sometimes we've had great musicians. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, if you go over and you go into BMW's family group room, there's a studio there. And you're like, Kevin, that's not a studio, it's just a family group room. No, if you go inside the second half of that room, it is a completely soundproof room to do recordings in. Now, here's the crazy thing about the diversity of that. The guys that use that now do that professionally in churches. I helped set them up with that. They were like, can we do this? I handed you out a CD tonight. We didn't record it in our studio, but one of our students was a part of Tech's studio. So we went into this multi-million-dollar building, and we were able to record this thing that I gave you tonight. We're diverse. At times, we've gone and supported people on teams because we had some fantastic athletes and a whole bunch of them, and so that's kind of where it went. We've had girls' championship softball teams that were part of this youth group. So it's really wide and really diverse. And some of you wrestle, some of you do skateboard. It's just all kinds of different things. And that's what I really like, is that this is a place that is accepting to diversity. I like that we're a light that shines for diversity. Not everyone who comes in here has to be exactly the same. We have had homeschool. Now, lots of people are homeschool, okay? We've had private school. We've had public school. And this last year, we've had every kind of school known to man. We now here at our church host a school. We're inclusive. We're diverse and we're inclusive. So what that gives us is this word. It gives us influence. The capacity to have an effect on something or someone. Why do we do all these things that we do? Because we want to impact this community for Jesus Christ. I want to impact students for Jesus Christ. There are people in this room, someone brought you here as a guest, and you found your thing. And that friend who brought you here may not even still come here anymore, but you came here, you found your place to belong, and you found your thing. And what does that mean? It means that you have influence, I have influence, but we influence this community, and it goes beyond just Owasso schools. And Rejoice, and Sperry, and Claremore, and Oologah, and I can keep going, and even Broken Arrow. We've had influence in all these schools. I'll tell you a funny story really quick. Sydney is the lady who runs all of the alternative schools, sent me a text and said, please tell me in this pandemic year, Reggie is coming this year. And I had to tell her we've had to just not, we can't get into schools. I can't even get on school lunch, but we're coming in the fall. So that's what we're planning with Reggie, is to come in the fall, because we hope by then with enough vaccines and all these different things, we're going to be able to have influence into the school. And what do we bring? Listen, and what do we bring into every single school that we go to? Hope. We shine a light of hope that you can make it. Don't quit. Don't stop. We've been into Tulsa public schools. We've been all over the place. Carter, you've driven lots of places with us. We've been in Sand Springs. We've been in Berry Hill. You just keep naming them. We've been all over the place, and that's all from right here at Xtreme. So here's what we want to do. We want to be a place of influence, but we really want to be a place of family. And again, you're going to hear these words, a collage of unique and broken pieces meshed together to create a real family on purpose. Some of you call Xtreme your second family. Some of you are really confused because you have your grandma and your mom and your second mom and your third second mom that's part of this youth group. I can't keep track of all the different people that are part of this youth group and how the family thing goes. But here's what I know is that family is incredibly important, because some of you, your own personal family is really fractured. Some of you very hesitantly ever tell me about what your real family is made up of. So what I want to say to you tonight is we want Xtreme to be a place of extreme hope. We want it to be a place where you feel like you belong, where you feel like you're important, where you feel like you're someone. And then that's what I want you to do for someone else. On purpose, years and years ago, I started to create that culture of this thing. Because listen, in my personal life, I've had a couple of second families. I think you guys have heard me tell a few of these stories. I can't always remember. But in high school, I had a second family that taught me a tremendous amount of stuff. They were not church second family. They were school second family. The Westoff family basically adopted me in high school. If you don't know my story, my brother had a car accident when I was in 8th grade, and my parents have basically taken care of him now for 38 years straight. My whole life changed one afternoon in April in 8th grade when I was in Inola. I played every sport you could play. I did everything you could possibly do at Inola Public Schools, and then that happened with my brother, and it changed. I had to grow up incredibly fast because my parents, that's what they were doing. For the first year of my brother's accident, after his accident, I went back and forth to the hospital unless I could find somewhere else to go almost every single day, driving from Inola to St. John's. And that's kind of what I did. I had a second family, though, from Claremore that kind of adopted me. The Condor family kind of adopted me, and I spent tons of time at their house and with their son. So I had a second family. We played golf at Claremore's Heritage Hills, and then we would play in Inola at a cow pasture. I'm not kidding. It was a cow pasture that had greens and a fairway, and there was no trees. There was nothing, but we spent tons of time there. But they spent a ton of time being my second family. They helped me make it through very difficult 8th and 9th grade year, and then I moved. My parents felt like we needed to move to Muskogee, help get my brother more care, and they just felt it was God's thing for us to go, and I agree with them. When I went to high school, at Hilldale High School, I played sports there, but I had another family adopt me, and that family adopt me was the Westoff family, and the Westoff family had a construction company. I went and did some of the strangest jobs ever known to man. I helped their son change out the track on a bulldozer. The only jack we had to lift it up was the actual bulldozer itself. Yeah, that sounds dangerous. I am sure that OSHA was not all over what we did to do that. But they also taught me how to boat. How many of you have ever been on a boat or a jet ski or anything with me? How many of you have ever come to the lake with me? They taught me everything I know about how to do the lake stuff, and they were my second family. So when I started to think about youth group, I was like, you know what? I've had all these second families that helped me to navigate life in high school. I want to be that. I'm still in touch with the Westoff family. Here's the crazy thing, that I've done weddings. I've been there to pray for them when they go in the hospital, when they've had babies born, when they have all these different things. And that's kind of my role in their family. They know I'm a minister. And you know what? We have had spiritual conversations when it came down to difficult things. They aren't church, but we've had spiritual conversations. I have that spiritual influence into my second family. I was always at church on Sunday. So it's this really crazy thing that I grew up in that I'm trying to reproduce for you to have a second. Because you know what? Here's the good thing. How many know if you have a good second family, you can just roll into their refrigerator and it's no deal? Can I get a witness? If you're friends enough with someone's family, you roll in, go to the fridge, do whatever, and you're... mine was at the lake. I mean, I would get up and cook breakfast because I don't sleep a ton. But I'd get up and cook breakfast for them, but they always had Dr. Pepper, so it was like a great trade-out, you know. It was one of those things. So as I was thinking about this for our youth group and for the city of Owasso, when I came here, I was like, I want there to be a place that is so filled with hope that it has another family part to it. On purpose, I went back this week and was looking at pictures from 2002, 2006, 2010. I went back and looked at all these different years and where people are at now that were kind of on the outside of family. They came here, found a family, and now here's the really great thing. If you read our signs out front, I want you to have friends, and I want you to have family, but I also want you to have faith. And here's what I know is faith will shape the whole future of your family, of whatever your family is going to look like. So it's this mosaic, it's this picture, it's this. Have you ever seen anything that was all broken and that was put back together again, or it was a bunch of sharded pieces, it was a bunch of different things, and it made a really pretty picture. It all came kind of together. And so when I say that, a collage, or this collage, this put together, this makeup together of this mosaic that really creates an incredible picture. So here's where I want to go tonight. I've only got a couple of minutes. So here is what I want to say to you. Will you engage? Okay, how many of you have ever played games with me? Anyone here ever played games with me? How many people do I want sitting on the sidelines? None. Why? Because I want everybody engaged. And if you're going to get beat, yeah, I want you to get beat. If we're going to play kickball, I want every single person to play kickball. Well, I'm not very good. I don't care. At anything we do, I'm like, I want you to be engaged. As a youth group, I want you to be in family groups. I don't want you to go, oh, I don't really want to go to family. No. I want you to be engaged in family groups. Why? Because I found this: engagement transforms your life. So what about this? To engage means to become involved, to become a part. I try and find places for everyone that comes here to do something, to be a part of something. If I haven't done that for you yet and you're looking for that, come talk to me. I'll find a place to get you engaged, to get you involved. Why? Because to participate gives you life. To participate, to be a part of something. It makes it where you have something to do, that you have purpose, that you have something to make that go. But then I'm moving toward more a spiritual thought too. Sometimes we just need people who are engaged to fight the battle with us. Sometimes we just need to know someone's listening to us, someone's coming alongside us when we're facing stuff. When I faced what I faced with my brother, there were people that I've mentioned their names, the families tonight, but there were people who helped me at really critical points when I needed someone outside of my family to speak life to me. I couldn't fix my circumstances. I couldn't fix that my brother accidentally had an accident. I couldn't fix that, but it changed how much access I had to my parents taking me places. So sometimes it was just someone giving me a ride somewhere. Have you ever had to bum a ride from someone? I mean, it's the worst. How many times you're like, oh, I don't want to bum a ride from you. How many of you have to do it a lot and you're like, oh, I have to do this so much, and you're just like, oh, I wish I could. And you know what I find is that when people give you a ride and you ask, and here's the really cool thing, I want you to hear this. When people start to fight for you, they start to know what your need is, and they don't make you have to ask. They start to volunteer to help you. I want Xtreme to be a place where you start to volunteer to fight the battle with someone. That you would look at someone's situation and go, you know what, I can help with that. I can help with this little small part of that. I can help with that. And here's what I know, because of how I was raised and because of those things that happened, I've always been someone who's actively going to get in. It really doesn't matter kind of whatever we're doing. How many of you played paintball against me? Huh? How many know I'm all in? I mean, if you're on my team, how many know if you're on my team, I'm all in? I might get shot, but I might win, right, Carter? Okay, because I'm looking to win. I'm all in. I'm not the adult that's just going to kind of be a supervisor on the edge of something. No. Why? Because there's something that happens in life when you're all in that you shine a light for other people who might want to go on the sideline. Do you know sometimes people need you to not let them go to the sideline? I want everyone looking at me, everyone listening to me. Sometimes friends need you to actively get into their life and not let them be down by themselves. Sometimes friends need to not be allowed to whine by themselves. Have you ever had to tell a friend, stop it? How many of you have ever been that person that needed to hear stop it? You're whining, you're complaining, you're griping, and finally someone looks at you and says, stop it, and you're like, how many of you in your brain you're going, I'm so offended that they just told me to stop it. And then you're like, wait, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Huh? Am I telling the truth? Is it all right if I just speak the truth here tonight? I'm trying to be really straightforward with this. So here we go. I got to move really quick because I am right at 8 o'clock. Here we go. Here's what happens when you get involved, is you have encounters. How many have memories with people in this room that when you start to talk about it, it's like the greatest stories ever? You're like, oh yeah, this was great. This is awesome. Or maybe it's this. Maybe you went to a meeting. Maybe you went and you were a part of something that changed your life because of what you heard. Or maybe you have life-changing moments where you prayed together, or maybe where you text each other so much that you finally found a solution in the middle of your own problems, that because a friend was shining hope to you, you didn't give up, you didn't quit, you didn't check in. Because here's what I find. When you have really true friendships, when you have people that are part of Xtreme, that are bringing extreme hope, here it is, short-term, high impact. Have you ever had friendships change? How many of you had your friendships change? But for the moment that you were friends with that person, they made a high impact in your life, and you needed them desperately in that moment. The worst part of moving from Inola to Muskogee was when I had to tell my best friend that I was moving. It was the worst. We did everything together. We played basketball all the time. The two of us, 2-on-2 against anybody else, we always won. We played golf. We were very competitive golfers against each other. He usually won. I hated it. But I'd talk trash. So he'd keep playing. And then every now and then I'd win, and it'd be a beautiful thing. But that changing of friendship, if I see him today, though, you know what? We're right back to being friends. We can pick up where we left off when I left at that point in time. But it changed. That was a hard one. That was probably the most difficult. Of all the different schools I went to, I changed schools 20 different times between the time I was in kindergarten until I graduated high school. And in that process of changes, I had lots of friends, but that friendship change between 9th grade and sophomore year was the most difficult, because he had the highest impact in my life. It wasn't for a super long time, but boy, for those couple of years, it was really critical that I had a friend that was that solid. Details change going forward. It's just what I said to you. So here we go, peer to peer. There are two different types of hope. One is hoping for something, the other is hoping in someone. We've talked about a glow stick, we've talked about an individual light, we've talked about a lighthouse, we've talked about a light that shines into the darkness of trouble and of difficulty. But tonight, the last light I want to talk about is a light that is peer to peer. And here's what it is. Two different types of hope or light. One is hoping for something, the other is hoping in someone. As followers of Jesus Christ, you have a chance to be that light. You have a chance to be that hope. Don't take that lightly. Here's the thing I know. Positive behavior is encouraged over negative behavior. How many of your friends ever tell you, stop it, don't do that? Come on, do this instead. Come on. How many will take it from your friends? How many if your parents said it, you would rebel and you would go do the thing that they said? But how many if your friend says something to you about it? How many of you ever pushed the limits a little bit to see if your friends will even say anything? How many of you pushed the limit of stupidity with your friends enough that just to see if they'll say something? How many when they finally say something to you, you're like, thank God. Thank God they finally said something to me, because I'm losing my mind. Listen to this. Who are you in relationship with? Who are you in relationship with? The Bible tells us this. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 16:33. Here's the thing. You have to make choices, and even at church, listen, even at church, you may have to decide who's good company. Not everybody that comes to church is a Christian. Not everybody that comes here is looking to follow Christ. But here's what I know. If you're looking to follow Christ, you can influence those who are not following Christ by your words and by your actions and by your love. I want to end with this tonight. You have to be real, though. You just have to be real. How many of you can see through someone who's fake? Have you ever seen someone try and fake Christianity? How many of you can identify it pretty quick? How many feel like you're fake at times about Christianity? There's things that you're like, wait a minute, I can't do that because I can't say this because I've got to, it's all got to match. So here's my challenge for us as Xtreme is this. Would you be real? Would you really be a light? Would you really be a lighthouse? Would you really be a person of hope? And here's our last things tonight. This scripture right here, real believers are the ones the Spirit of God leads to work away at this ministry, filling the air with Christ's praise as we do it. We couldn't carry this off by our own efforts, and we know it. It's from the Message Bible. It's just trying to break it down to some really clear language tonight. So let's talk about real issues in real life situations. I'm challenging you. Would you step into people's life and be light, be a lighthouse, and be hope? Would you do it? Would you take that challenge for the next 20 days? For the next 20 days, would you take that you are actively going to do that? Because see, here's what I found out. Being passive about your Christianity and your faith doesn't do a whole lot for other people. But deciding you're going to be active on it, even if you do it for 20 days. Well, why 20 days, Kevin? Because if you make it to the 21st day, you know what? You've started a new habit in your life. You've formed a new habit in your life if you can do something for 21 days straight. So I'm challenging you to do this for 20 days. Can you endure for 20 days to decide that you're going to be real hope, real example for people? So here it is. What do? Bring up truth. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says this, encourage one another and build one another up. I love this about this scripture because Paul says, just as you are doing. He was pointing out what they were already doing. And some of you, you're already doing it right here in this room. That's why people are here and they found hope and they found a new group of friends. They found, and you know what? You may never hear the thank you for it, but I'm saying thank you for it tonight. Some of you, I know without a doubt, the reason you're here is because someone took the time to be real hope, real life, real light, real lighthouse for you. And I'm going to challenge us as we go forward. 20 more days, will you do it? Will you do it with me? Will you take the challenge of doing that? It's okay. Everyone's got a cross here tonight. I'm telling you. I'm going to finish with this last thing. How many like doodling? How many like drawing? How many like doing that better than anything in homework or anything in classwork? You'd rather do that, okay? So here's what I'm going to challenge you with. On this cross, would you do this? When you go home tonight, would you get out a pen, get out a marker, get out a crayon, whatever it is? Would you just make a mosaic of people's names onto this? Would you just write people's names creatively onto here until you have the whole thing filled of people that you're going to be light, help, and hope for? Some of you are going to write down your best friend's name across the whole big deal because they've been the big deal of helping you. So you write that down. But then would you include some other people that you can be extreme hope for? And then would you pray over this cross every single day? Tara reminded me that I'm going to have to find another acoustic player. You reminded me I'm going to have to find another acoustic guitar player. Well, because she's going to graduate and she's going to go off, and I got to find another one. But I was thinking back, Tara. I was thinking after you told me that the other day. We started with you pretty young, right? Pretty rough too, right? Yeah. So if I was to write someone down, that Tara back then, Tara would go on mine to be the guitar player that I need to keep encouraging her and keep doing that. And you know what I do now? Here's how it works. I lean on her tonight. You saw me lean down to her. I came down to speak and I said, play this. That's how friendships go. That's how relationships go. That's how it works. So would you do that? Would you just simply fill this in and make a mosaic of names? And you can be creative, draw it up, however you want to do it. Do whatever. I think we did some of that. I'm just good to see you back here tonight with artistic stuff, right? I got you a pad and said, draw on the pad, make stuff on that. And then we printed shirts that you created, right? We did some crazy stuff. And I can think about that over all the different people and all the different things that's happened with. And yeah, you want to play bass? Okay, let's do it. Go get one. Here we go. And that's what I'm saying. I want us to be a place that gives light and gives hope and gives a future into the future. So would you just simply write down names that you can do that with? And then would you pray, God, show me who else I could do that with? And then put this on your mirror, put it on your dresser, put it on your bed, put it in your car, put it on the so you see it every single day. Because we want to be extreme hope for 20 days. Okay, I'm going to ask this, okay? I'm going to ask you to stand. I'm going to ask you to stand if you'll accept my challenge. Will you go on this next 20-day challenge? See, it's not really super spiritual here, is it? It's just, will you just be a light to someone else? Will you just be that to someone else? For the next 20 days, will you accept my challenge? You can stand if you'll accept my challenge. Will you do that? For the next 20 days, will you say, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna figure out how to be an influence to someone. I'm gonna be a light to someone. Even if you only write 2 names really huge, massive on this thing, okay, do that. I want to pray over you, though, because in this day, on this inauguration day, our new president said this: we must become somehow unified as a country. Because divided will fall. We've got to figure out how to become unified in this country. And let me tell you how unity happens is when Christians really legitimately shine as Christians. So I want you to take your cross, put it up here, just hold it up with me. We're going to pray and then we're going to go. Jesus, tonight, I pray you'd let me be an influence to people that I write down on this cross, God, that you'd give me the right people that I can, for the next 20 days, be an encouragement to, that I can be a life change to, that I can be a lighthouse for. God, I pray that you would inspire each one of us to be a message of extreme hope for those who are around us that need someone to come alongside them to make the world a difference. Father, let us be real. I pray let us be authentic. And God, I pray let us influence our community all around us. And 20 days from now, God, let us look back at what you've done to make a difference in people's lives. And I give you thanks for it tonight. And it's in your name I pray. Amen. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Take this with you. Hey, if you want to do me a favor, after you've written names down on it and you've decorated it or you've drawn on it, all that, would you just send me a text with it? Would you just show me your artwork so I can see what we're doing to make an impact for Christ? Thanks. God bless. Mace, you have some music you can play back there? Just go ahead and play the end of service list. That'd be fine.
You will stay true, even when the lies come. Your word remains true, even when my thoughts don't line up. I will stand tall on each promise you made. Let the rest fade away. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. May it ever set my heart at ease. Dare anxiety come, I remember that peace is a promise you keep. Peace is a promise you keep. You will stay true, even in the chaos. Your word remains true, even when my mind wreaks havoc. I will be still, for I've known all along my Jehovah Shalom.